What's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like this city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Man, let's get started. What she gonna talk about? No, let's not get it mixed up. Hey, what's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you for coming back into another regular show event. Now, I was curious about regular show. Once again, I wanted to get some more information about this show. I just won't let it go now, will I? So on here, I typed something pretty much in the lines of on Google, when is regular show coming out? No, I didn't say that. What did I type in? Dang, I typed in something like fudge. I typed in something like, what is the exact date regular show will come out for its new season? Something like that. Dang, let me go back and see what I typed. What day is the regular show new episode coming out? And when I typed in what day is the regular show new episode coming out, right at the top of the key we have Reddit. So I'm going to Reddit. I really enjoy reading these Reddit reviews when I remember to do as such. So it has right here regular show. This answer was provided or typed 12 hours ago. Please note that today is wow, what's today's date? June 5th, 2025. So that means it's oh my gosh, it's Thursday already? Shoot. I thought today was just gonna be Wednesday. It's June 5th, 2025. The time is 2:39 a.m. The new regular show series will premiere on Adult Swim Canada sometime during the 2025 through 2026 season. I'm like, why y'all all in the effing Canada and S? Bring your A's over here to America, please. The new regular show series will premiere on Adult Swim Canada sometime during the 2025-2026 season. And here are some of the comments that caught my attention that made me want to share this Reddit log with you. Right here it says, look, first before I started there, I don't want to read all of the handle names, but I'm sharing the screen with you, so here we go. Dang, imagine we hear Mordecai and Rigby swearing. Skull emoji. Now, when I saw the skull emoji, I just started thinking about right now how AI Overview or ChatGPT give you options to use certain voices, so it'll be like, dang, imagine we hear Mordecai and Rigby swearing. Skull emoji. 354 upvotes, 0 downvotes. The next user said, I was rattled when I heard pissed in the early episodes. What episode was that? He was like, don't say it. He's like, you peed me off. When my son and I watched that, we were like, ooh. And even to this moment, as I think back and look back over my life, I got a testimony to tell y'all. And that testimony is, I was like, dang, they took it there on regular show. They broke some barriers on that episode. The next user saying, this was typed 10 hours ago. I don't know, feel like it will take away some of the charm. Be cool if they could just go further in their innuendos. They got a 53 upvote. I really wish they don't, or not that often at least. Ha. I can't wait for the Mordecai accidentally says the N-word episode. Man, Cartoon Network is smart. They know better than to do that. I can't say that for sure. Now let me go back in reference to saying the N-word, because we have shows that come on Cartoon Network, well, Adult Swim, like American Dad. I don't know how on the American Dad landed on Adult Swim. I'm praying that that was a typo that I saw or a misglitch, but I think American Dad is now on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. Or at least that's what I saw today, and it threw me off. Honestly, American Dad don't belong on Cartoon Network. Get that out of here. Take it back to Fox. Isn't that originally where it came from, or Comedy Central? We don't need that type of brand over here. So yeah, the new regular show series will premiere on Adult Swim Canada sometime during the 2025-2026 season. So yeah, Canada is going to be on. Y'all, it's early. It's 2:42 a.m. in the morning. It's gonna be on Adult Swim. And then once again, it said, the user said, "I can't wait for the Mordecai accidentally say the N-word." And then the dude followed up like, "It's not that type of show, LMAO." And something like South Park, you can make a story around that. And regular show, it just doesn't work. I get the joke though. Yeah, I'm here. I get it too. I feel the same way. I feel the same way too about that. So I'm with you right here. I know you're just joking, but it wouldn't work for the setting. It sure wouldn't, but I get what he's implying also. I'm going to open this up because it's got 2 more replies in reference to that. I want to see what they're going to say. And they're deleted. Dun, dun, dun. 8 hours ago. So the wings will be officially replaced with beer this time, right? Oh, man. Right. They already have in older episodes. Nah, that's not regular show. Benson's going to kill us here. Adult Swim, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Why in the Hades would regular show be on Adult Swim in Canada? But everybody's got different rules. You know, it doesn't mean anything. Moz is on Adult Swim just because they could get it on Cartoon Network, despite the fact it's a family-friendly show. And I get that too. Give us a UA premiere. Wait, give us a US premiere, loser. Give us a raise, loser. Dun, 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 dun. Give us a raise, loser. That was from The Power. I had a vehicle, it was short-lived, but I did name it The Power, and I got that from a regular show. LMAO, I laughed at this harder than I should have. Let me see, there's more comments. Best I can do is butterscotch ripple. Best I could do was butterscotch ripple. That was Pops. He reached into his billfold and gave him 2 lollipops when Mordecai Rigby was like, "Give us a raise, loser." US premiere. Send it to the moon. I got a bunch of baby ducks. Send it to the moon. Something that doesn't work. Send it to the moon. So I wanted to read that and share it with you because Canada seemed like they're going to get theirs dropped first. And then sometime in the near future will be dropped second. Nonetheless, my name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. And I'm itching with anticipation. She got the hives, y'all. I'm itching with anticipation, trying to figure out when we're going to get our time to shine to watch regular show. I believe it's really going to happen because we're getting so many comebacks. Like Total Drama Island is back, showing their new episodes. Teen Titans Go is showing new episodes. And I think, yeah, of course, King of the Hill from Adult Swim is coming back literally with new episodes. So I know regular show this time around, they're not going to fail us. Once again, my name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I look forward to making another Cartoon Network video. Bye-bye.
Testing T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Testing 10, 9. LA, are you there? Ollie, oxen freak. LA, are you there? Testing a T minus 10, 9. Present. T minus 10. LA, are you there? Ollie, oxen free. I'm here. Testing T minus 10. What's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like this city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Let's get started. What's she gonna talk about? No, let's not get mixed up. She's the morning moon girl, multifaceted, multidimensional. She's so
Good. Let me get set up in this MUG. MUG in this mug. Let me get set up in this mug. Whoop, there she is. I have to see if I'm even ready. If I'm even on here first. First and foremost, I gotta see if I'm even on here. First of all, second of all, third of all, fourth of all, fifth of all. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I want some fried okra. I want some fried okra. Elay, are you there, girl? Is you there? I have to make sure everything is locked and loaded. Okay, I can hear myself. I don't sound too bad. I don't sound too bad. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Welcome to the live audience of one. I'm your girl, aka the host, Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Speaking about breezy, summer is rapidly approaching, so I hope all of y'all had y'all breeze cards so y'all can get up on that bus. I want y'all to celebrate this one last summer because next year in Atlanta is gonna be filled with people from all walks of life coming to that soccer event that's gonna be down here. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. You want to talk about it's packed now? It's going to be packed next summer. What is it? The FIFA World Cup? FIFA World Cup. FIFA Las Vegas. Oh, FIFA Las Vegas. It's gonna be a lot of people here. I'm so glad my audio is kicking out really well. I was counting on, well, I should say that I was hoping that my internet connection went on well, because I'm having a little technical situation, you know. Folks at the phone place wanna act stupid, so I had to go around to the cell phone place and roll up my sleeves and get stupid like Mordecai and Rigby, and I had to tear up the place and be like, yo, if you don't get my internet connection right, it's gonna be some trouble. Meow, meow, meow. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. So I had to get my Mordecai and Rigby on at the Metro PCS place, and looks like things coming together. Or as some of my family and friends would say, together. Looks like things coming together. Okay, Annika McQueen, yes? Can you please spell together for the spelling bee win? Together. Nuhdethur. That's right. Yay. And what prize she gonna get? She gonna get door number 1, a bucket of chicken, door number 2, bundles, so door number 3, mystery. Girl, get the bundles. I know that's right, because tariffs is knocking me upside the head. It's knocking y'all upside the head. I went to Church's Chicken the other day, and I went to get a bucket, and they was like $32.75. I'm like, you mean $32.75 because y'all giving me everything in this restaurant? Oh no, since tariffs. We charge $32.75 for an 8-piece. I'm like, is it re-dipped in grease? Is it something extra special that's gonna come with this bucket? Is the bucket at least gonna be plastic so when I go out and help my husband try to wash the car, I can use the bucket over to wash the tires? But that's not happening. So I digress into the figment of my imagination and into my mind and just disappear from the whole situation. Welcome to the platform. I'm just skinning and grinning a little bit until the 10 minutes go by. Thank you guys so much for coming in. The topic today is Mordecai and Rigby, or the regular show. I really dig the regular show, and in fact they are on right now in the living room as we speak. When I left out of there, Muscle Man was talking. He was like, my mom. Woo! I'm like, Muscle Man, dude. I'm glad regular show is coming back. I can't say that for sure. I'm very happy about that. And let me see something. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have those settings fixed. So thank you guys for coming in and showing some love already. I know you guys just got in here. So while the room is empty, but in the figment of my imagination, it's 1,000 people in here. Let me put my little emoji in here, followed by a heart, and say, hey, welcome. Hey. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Yo, I like that new, what is it? It's that chicken wing commercial. I was about to say Buffalo Wild Wings. Wingstop, it's Wingstop. I like that song. Is it a whole song? Because I tried to find it. I found the Wingstop soundbite on YouTube Shorts, okay? But it was like a 15-second soundbite, so I want to know if it's a real song. Meow, 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 meow. I like that commercial and that song make me want to go get some wings simply because the song is dope. I will ride around the city with that song on loop because it just gives me good vibes. The commercial is awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of the team. Everything is awesome. When you're living your dream. Thank you. It's my 10 minutes up yet. It's my 10 minutes up yet. How you doing, Soundwaves? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the elaytv arena. Oh, so worse. Oh my goodness, man. If I could describe my mood today based on the type of donut I feel like a jelly donut and a donut with the sprinkles on it, but it's got to be side by side, and that's a good combination. Man, if you had to describe your mood and how you feel by food, what food will you be feeling like today? And I think as I start feeling myself, up in here, I'm gonna start feeling cool and crisp like a French fry. The question is, which kind of French fry I'm gonna be feeling like? Is it gonna be a McDonald's French fry or Burger King French fry? How I'm feeling today. So, once again, I'm on here live. I took some time off from being on live, and thank you guys for coming in, seeing what LA gonna do today. Wendy's, I have another question for you, Soundwaves.
for the record, which Wendy fry do you feel like? The one of the past before they changed the recipe when the biggie fries were really good and dippable in the frosty, or the present day Wendy fries? Oh, boo, mind blown. I'm about to get in on the conversation and start crying. Be like, I remember when the Wendy's fries was real good. And I typed it just like that too. I know the Wendy's fries are good today, but remember before they changed the recipe, they were golden and about as thick as my pinky, which is why a lot of people, including myself, would dip it into the frosty. Now I still dip my french fries in the frosty. I've gotten accustomed to the quality of the Wendy's fry now, but it's not the same. Ooh. It looks like Wendy's converted to making their french fries to be cooked out of a I was about to call it a sonic fryer. What do you call them? An ultrasonic fryer, not a microwave. What do you call those cookers? Gosh almighty. It's not a heat wave. I see the thing in my face in the frontal cortexes of my mind. I see the name, I see the picture. It's not a pressure cooker. Oh, I am losing the point. Ladies and gentlemen, I am losing the point of what I'm trying to say about Wendy's fries. It's not called a heat wave. Help me. Help me. Somebody help me. It's not a heat wave. It's not a microwave. It's not a deep fry. It's not a casserole. What do you call that oven that you put the food in and it comes all fried without grease? Oh my gosh. I'm having a moment right now. I don't remember what it's called. It's not a toaster oven either. You put the chicken in the thing, and when you take it out, yes! Thank you, Sideways. You have failed conclusively. That was from the movie called Work Hard. Elay has failed the test conclusively. Thank you. I gotta put some balloons in the chat for Soundwaves for coming through. Man, if now the way technology is advancing, they soon will be able to read our minds. If they heard already, y'all would have knew what I was talking about, because I see the picture right here. Air fryer. Thank you so much. So I'm typing in Soundwave, some balloon emojis, and I'll put, hey, thank you. Because I would have been stuck on stupid until I figured it out. And how long will that have taken? I'll wait. Thank you. I was stuck. Like I was stuck in some tar. Speaking of tar, don't they still use tar when they try to do patch-up work on these roads? Or have they evolved to asphalt mixed with dirt, sticks, and mud, and then they put black food coloring in it to make it look like what it is, but it's not? Thank you so much. Let me see. It be frying out of thin air. What in the hocus pocus is going on? Now, if Rosa Parks came to this time today, I think she would lose her soul if she saw air fryer. She'll be doing like that dude wasn't Fred Sanford, she'll be like, what in the, how in the, let's get that sorcery out of my house. Man, when I tell you one thing for certain, there's no other place I'd rather be than in 2025, like in this timeline of life. Albeit I was born in the 80s, I do not want to digress back to the 80s. I like a lot of the things they have from the 80s, like the hairstyles. I like the hair color that they put in their hair and the earrings and dress. And on any given Sunday, you might see me still dressing like from my past, but modern day. Hence, my hair has colors in it. It isn't washed out. But this color was like a maroon. This was blue. Once upon a time, my hair was blue and green and purple mixed together so beautifully. But it done washed out. But nonetheless, thank you guys for coming in. I wanted to come in as myself and not dressed up in the cow suit. I have the cow suit is in this designated place for a designated time. Well, I want to talk about regular show today. Lord, won't you help my neck? As I grow older, I see signs of aging. Lord, won't you help my neck? As I grow older, and I saw was to see. What else he be saying in that song? You will know, hey, you will know, hey, you will know, hey, you will know, yeah, hey, your dreams ain't easy, stand by your plan, oh, Tracy, ain't easy. Yeah. Stand up tall, don't you fall, and you know. Hey, I did that. Praise me, thank you. Boom, 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 thank you. Church is over. Now, if that song don't make you feel some type of way like it touched me, something wrong with you. Insert the tape, rewind, and play again. I might just have to listen to that song once this live is over. That's an inspirational song. You will know. Yeah. So, now that the choir has sang a song, I'm going to read a little bit out of the regular show. So the information I'm getting is going to be from Wikipedia. So if you want to follow along with me in the Wikipedia, all I typed in was regular show. And I went on the Wikipedia link, right? Yeah. Just a moment. You know the T.I., you know the time when T.I. came out, let's just say he was third album, man. He'd be like, yeah. You know, that was the thing. You know, you don't have to say nothing else sometimes. You know, you go to church and shaking and you know it's going to be done, right? All you got to say is, yeah. It's like, girl, how the chicken looking? Yeah. Like, oh, it's going to be fine. I am so happy I'm me. And it feels really good to be on this live after I gave myself some time to be on here mingling with you guys. It's like a little social hour right here. Now, like I said in the storefront, we're going to be talking about regular show. But like the pastor said, when he be sweating all crazy, I go in way in which the spirit moved me. So as you see, it's 20 minutes in, and I don't even know how that happened. I haven't really talked about regular show yet, but last time I remember looking at the time, y'all, it was only 5 minutes in, and I was talking about just passing time until my 10 minutes roll over, and here we are. Proof in the pudding, or proof in the jello, you know what I'm saying? It shows that I'm really having a good time, because I don't know how in the world that time passed already. It feels like I'm actually outside socializing with you guys at the park. That's the joy I feel. Sitting on the park bench, got a nice little tree over me. Not too much under the tree because the bugs and the spiders were under the tree enough to be in touch with nature, but not amongst it where you break out and then you still can see the city, so you don't feel like you're too lost and might get bit by a fox. That's how I feel in this moment with all of y'all. Y'all. Just talking with y'all. I feel the love through the screen. I roll in a good way. This is fortifying my soul in the department of socialization, to which what psychologist says we all need every once in a while. Well, regular show. It says here, for the 8th season, see regular show in space. Are you familiar with the regular show? Mordecai, Rigby, Vincent, and so on. If not, that's all right. But those two characters I have on the thumbnail are the bread and butter of the show, Mordecai and Rigby. Mordecai is the bluebird on the thumbnail, and Rigby is the raccoon. And they are best friends in their 20s who get a job working at a park. And that's pretty much how the story happens. So I'm going to read a little bit out of here and see how this takes me, because it'll probably take me to one thought to the next. Regular show, known as Regular Show in Space during its 8th season, is an American animated sitcom created by J.G. Quintel for Cartoon Network. Now, J.G. Quintel, that's a dope name in and of itself. I don't know anybody else walking around the world with a last name like that. So that might mean he's a robot. Girl, don't say that. They're going to sue me. I'm using an imagination. These are facts. Under the umbrella of using our imagination, I like to pretend that J.Q. Quintel is a robot. Moving forward, for Cartoon Network, it ran from September 6, 2010 to January 16, 2017. Over the course of 8 seasons and 244 episodes. Do you guys have the regular show box set? Now, I bought my son when regular show first came out, the Slack Pack, which is basically at that time, based on the allotment of episodes they had out, it was the regular show Slack Pack with Mordecai and Rigby, and it had all of the episodes where Mordecai and Rigby really was slacking on the job. Thank you for coming in, Art of Minds, and once again, welcome Sourways, welcome elaytv. You all are important to me. Thank you for coming in, Art of Minds. Happy Friday, peace and blessings. I received that. I'm gonna digest that. Special delivery. And I mean that. Special delivery. Thank you guys for your words, because over here words do have power. And if there's some words that come on, we just gotta read and direct them back to whence they came. Thank you guys so much. It is Friday. Thank you for the reminder. I should know. I mean, dang, I put up a short that says Friday on it. And you know, when I'm in my own little world, the days blur faster. Thank you guys for coming in. Happy Friday, and peace and blessings to all y'all too, and I mean that. Have all of that. Thank you so much. And it says here, the series follows the daily lives of two 23-year-old friends, Mordecai, a blue jay, and Rigby, a raccoon, who work at a local park as groundskeepers. Now, being the groundskeeper also seems like a fun job to me. Regular shows introduce and heighten that type of job. It's laid back, it's easy going, and you really don't get bothered with. And if you do your work, no one's bothering you. Once upon a time today. Cannot explain it any other way than that. So if you look at regular show that way, it's a great advertisement for people to want to just be outside working. If you just like to be by yourself, don't need to be governed too much and be told what to do. You're good at your work, you work on the honor system, and you're willing to learn. Being a grounds person is a fun job because you can have bathroom breaks without being clocked. You can eat snacks on the job without being bothered. You have access to more things. So, I think that's ill. So the series followed the daily lives of two 23-year-old friends, Mordecai, a blue jay, and Rigby, a raccoon, who work at a local park as groundskeepers. Their co-workers are Skips, an immortal yeti, Muscle Man, a green-skinned overweight man, and High Fives Ghost, a small ghost. Other characters include Pops. I like Pops. He's got a big old planet head. It's like his head is a planet. And I think Pop's dad's head is an actual moon. And he is mean. He is the rudest character on there. I like him though because when he comes into town, everybody tightens up. They're like, oh man, here he comes. And I think he smokes on cigars. I'm like, wow, the moon smokes cigars. So, the other characters include Pops, the lollipop-shaped owner of the park, and Duo's boss, Benson, a gumball machine. Yeah, Benson is awesome. He gets angry all the time. And I like how his head is clear, and like for his hair is the top of the actual gumball. You see how I have my little bun up here? Well, that's the lid, and that's kind of like his hair or his hat. And then the gumballs is kind of like the outline of his beard. So that's really cool and fun. Mordecai and Rigby spend their days slacking off and avoiding work to entertain themselves by any means, which unexpectedly leads to surreal, extreme, and supernatural misconduct. There's this episode on regular show that I like to this day where they had to set up the chairs. And the episode is called Set Up the Chairs. And all they had to do, y'all, yes, all they had to do was set up the chairs for the birthday party. They had one job, and they could not even do that right. And what makes it so funny is what brings on the terrors that happens to them. And yes, I'm saying terrors because in this specific episode, you would think, hey, you go to work today and the boss says it's going to be a light day. We're just hosting a birthday party. All I need you guys to do is come in and set up the chairs. And then when the party's over, you know what to do. Put the chairs up and clean up everything. Cool. Bet. That's all they had to do. How come they couldn't even do that? And then on top of that, they went to this shed or something because I think they didn't have enough chairs. And when they went in there, they found like these old abandoned arcade games. And I already knew that it was going to be some trouble. Well, what type of trouble? They uncovered the veil of these old arcade games like from the early 90s, and it had a message on it. Taped, it was basically saying, in the name of all that is holy, don't cross the red wire with the blue wire. It was a warning, so you already know. Shouts out Big Frida. You already know what they were going to do. So how come they mixed the wires together and hooked the game back up? And they unleashed something. This monster came out of the video game. He was like, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, y'all done really did it now. It was so funny. But the game that they unleashed onto the park was called Destroyer of Worlds. And that's the game that had the cautionary sign, the warning sign that said, in the name of all that is holy, don't cross the red wire with the blue wire. They did and unleashed that monster. And he was He looked like the guy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He looked like the French fry guy, but just blown up even bigger. And he had laser eyes, and he was floating through this birthday party, terrorizing everybody as lasers came out of his eyes. And I'm like, no, all you had to do was set up chairs, bro. They couldn't even do that. And then Pops was like, oh, Destroyer of Worlds, good show. I'm like, no, you about to lose your life. This is not a good show. This is real. But to my knowledge, I don't know if anyone knows exactly how old Pops is and what makes him tick the way he does. But it seems like when there's odd senses of danger, he has a rare, an unusual sense of familiarity when it comes to occasions like that. To me, it's as if Skips and Pops share some type of timeline where they are just accustomed with dealing with the supernatural. And I am hoping that the regular show episodes that come out this year kind of touch on that. I want them to magnify more in on Pops. I want to know just how cool he is, because taking this note, y'all, there is Batman. I am a diehard fan of Batman. It's like Batman for life. I am loyal to the show and all that stuff. So, Batman for life. And having said that, Alfred, how he is tied to like not Pennywise. Oh no, that would be a twist. He is not tied with it, but Alfred is tied in with the old school tragedies that happened, like with the Headless Horseman and stuff. But you don't find that out till decades down the road. So in my mind, I am thinking and wanting it to be for Pops to have that same type of entry into his backstory. You know, Pops were more than just Pops. Pops had a past like Alfred, but now he's a changed man, and you know, he's learned his ways, and that's behind him, and what he's learned in the past he'll take to apply to the future now. That is what I'm hoping for. You guys have any what can I say? You have any comments? I'm sidebarring this, but you have any comments on hearing a story like that in reference to Alfred? You know, Alfred of the legendary Batman has a backstory, and there is a show that's been out several years now where it actually talks about that. I have it saved in one of my playlists of things as a what to watch. I don't want to pick that back up until the fall, because the mood of the show to me seems like an early fall. It settles in when you're like, it's about to be autumn, guys. And the mood and the atmosphere changes in every community, no matter where you live, when harvest season is approaching. So that's the theme to me that particular show has with the TV series about Alfred. So I would like to watch the shows based on the seasons they're in, but have it match in real life. I'm setting the mood. Like, for me, the Avengers, it took me a long while to get accustomed to watching the Avengers, because when I was first introduced to Batman, it was always dark. And I love the nighttime scene in animation and in movies. It just felt more exclusive. So when I got a whiff of like Super Friends and Avengers, it seemed like they always fought crime and dealt with dealings and affairs in the daytime. So it was harder for me to get into it, because when you're fighting crime in the daytime, to me, it just always seems like it's going to always be a happy ending, because you're fighting challenges and adversity in the day. The sun is out. Usually in symbolism, when I grew up, they also laid it on thick, so when the bad person is fighting, it's going to be dark outside. It's going to be just about to storm. It's going to be gray in the background. It's going to be a lot of shadows and undertones. And that's what I liked, because it represented the scene well. So it honestly took me towards the end of last year to really start appreciating the Avengers and super friends, honestly. Now, when the end games did come out, that was actually the hook that got my attention, which made me to want to start going back and giving them some play, because the end games was so serious of a timeline that it caught my attention to forget the fact that they were doing a lot of fighting in the day. Yes, they were in space and stuff like that, but in my mind, I was conditioned to think that way. And once again, Soundwaves, you're correct. So, speaking of the end games, I like the introduction to that. Dear Mr. Fantasy, play us a tune, something to make us all happy. And I'm like, that's a nice song. I need to put that on my when it's time to barbecue music playlist. This is the song. Exactly, because that is how Bruce Wayne did it. That is Bruce Wayne all day. He has the philosophy and the art of blending two worlds into one in the most illest way. Yes, we have Superman. He's got it down pat in the day. So as I think about these Soundwaves, Artemis, Elay, and everyone else, to have a more open mind to the superhero community, I like to say that there is day and there is night. So you have the superheroes who fight the nighttime, who has the nighttime shift. So we've got Batman and all his crew. And then we have the Avengers and Super Friend who has the daytime shift. And having said that, it actually set well into my spirit to actually turn the car around and want to do my studying and research and not be as biased, because it was like Batman for life. I don't know what the F y'all talking about. If somebody from the Avengers died, oh well, nobody from the Batman squad passed away. So when I looked at it from that way, I was really able to get into it. I didn't sell myself short, because sometimes it happens. Just a moment, I'm going to respond to a text, and I'm going to type yes. So having said that, it opened up my world to more possibilities of having more stuff to look at and to get into. And that's great, because it felt like this digital library just boom, dropped down around me and submerged me. It's like, now that you are willing to think more outside of the box, look at all the marvels, pun intended, look at all the marvels around you that you've been missing out on. So it makes me want to dig deeper into those topics and fix it. I need to say we could, hold on, let me pull up. Could use, okay. Let me make sure I spell it right. Message sent. So having said that, I'm very happy. And it was a good exercise, because even though I'm talking about movies and categories of superheroes, I try my best to expand my mind beyond what it is, so I can fully maximize the situation of a movie, of a series, and it's just great mental exercise. So I applaud myself for that. This is good. If I had a little bit of sugar, I'd just go on and pour some milk down into this bag and just go like that. But I'm just chatting and snacking with you guys because it's fun. I'm here live streaming with you guys. However, it's entertaining for myself too. It's really fun. It's like I'm at the movies, but not. But yeah, so here's my snack. I'm going to read the next paragraph and see what else I'm going to talk about. So once again, Mordecai and Rigby spends their days slacking off and avoiding work to entertain themselves by any means, which unexpectedly lead to surreal, extreme, and supernatural misconduct, like all the time. Where have I been? I've been on YouTube, but I've been doing a lot of programming videos. I've been doing a lot of scheduling as a way to give myself a mental break. I don't want to stretch myself too thin. To trying to do both for me personally, scheduled out videos, shorts, and live streaming, and also to not lose myself in the cow suit. So I took some healthy breaks, but stay productive in that way. So once again, thank you guys for commenting on my YouTube shorts that I have. Those have been doing well. Those normally do. And me just celebrating the cartoons and the nostalgia of Cartoon Network, starting to bring back their A game, which is why this is kind of like a runoff of what I've been doing. To me, seems like the past 2 weeks. This regular show, live video I'm doing is pretty much that. So, I didn't mean to push that button, my bad. Sorry about that. So yeah, regular show. Many irregular show characters were loosely based on the development for Quentin student films at California Institute of the Arts. I wanted to go there. In general, I wanted to go to an institute. I wanted to go to any art institute that drove me away from the state of origin that I was born in. Nonetheless, it says here, hold on, y'all. I'm getting text. Just 1 second. I had to get it as family. Well, guys, I gotta wrap this up. I gotta wrap this up because I need to see what's going on. Yeah. And I don't know how much. Let me see if I can send a text and not get timed out. Or what? It's just 1 moment. Yeah, I'm gonna end the live because I want to see what's going on. It'll be easier for me to just call on the phone than to use text. So thank you guys for coming in. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. And we talked a little bit about everything. Thank you guys for coming in. I want to see what's going on with the fam. I want to give them my undivided attention. See y'all next video. Thank you. Bye. You're live. Well, let me get my computer set up so I can verify that. And disconnect from Bluetooth. And heck, yeah, disconnect from my Bluetooth and put these puppies in. Y'all didn't see that. All right, where am I? Close out here, and I need to do a sound check. Oh, that started up very well. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Breakfast sandwich. Testing, 10, 9, 8. I am back. Do you guys like watching the regular show? I'm so comfortable, especially now that I know all is well in the hizzy with my family. Man, shouts out to the family. I love y'all so much. I forgot to bring my mouse in here, so I won't be able to put in an emoji to express myself. Oh well. That's gonna be kind of like trash. How was I able to put an emoji in last time? Well, that's for the survey. So never mind, I get that. So as I talk to myself out loud, in the figment of my imagination, there are 1,000 people in here. So as I talk to all of y'all, I get my answer at least for knowing how to put the emojis in. I want to say hi, so I need to put a little color in here. Let me find a cupcake. Let me look for a cupcake emoji. CUPCAKE. I'm going to put cupcakes in here. Hi everyone. Yay. Put hi everyone. Yay. Followed by that big old hand. It's brought to you by the YouTube, dang it, the YouTube emojis. So I put that in there. So there's some color. Everything's happy. And it's great to be back. I had this idea in my head. It just fell upon me. I was like, girl, why don't you just start a part 2 video? Hi Blue Sky. That is a really nice name. That's a nice username. And come to find out, it's blue skies today in our neighborhood. I saw a few airplanes. They took off really well in the blue sky. They'll seem like a sign of struggle. I saw birds yesterday, like robins. My husband and I saw a squirrel eating out of a bag of bread. It was a complete loaf of bread. You know, if you go to Kroger's, how you doing, Alberto? You know, if you go to Kroger's and you go to the bakery section and they have the homemade rolls of bread, well, it was one outside and there was a squirrel in it. And then we put like 2 hours in between that time. And I asked him when he came home, I said, do you think it's still out there? And he was like, no, it's probably gone. Y'all, we went outside and it was gone. The whole bag. How can squirrels lift up an entire bag of bread and take it back? Do that to the nest? Do squirrels have nests? Or is that only for birds? And on top of that, my bangs have a mind of their own. Thank you so much, Blue Sky. And speaking of, my bangs have a mind of their own today. Would you believe that I had 8 tiny rollers in my bangs this morning? And now it is, what time is it? Let me see what time it is. It is 4:37. It don't look like I put 1 roller in my hair the night before. It was humid yesterday. I made a whole video out there in the sprinkling of the rain. And nothing happened to my hair. But today, my hair has a mind of its own. But I can't tell you this much, I do like it. I like the puffiness of it. So I was just talking to y'all about the squirrel taking a whole loaf of bread. How did that happen? I don't know. I don't know if squirrels have nests. And then I started talking about my bangs. And we're only 5 minutes into this thing. I tell you, I personally never know where I'm gonna go when I start talking on here. Especially for the first 10 minutes, because it's like, how are you doing? You know, thank you for coming in. I hope y'all having a good day, and I mean that. And it's things like that to feel the time to get the room, you know, acquainted with one another, and to feel good, and to go grab your snacks. Cause you know, I snack on here. The last video I did today about regular show, I had like a half bag, was a quarter bag of Cheerios, and I was just up here yapping and talking about regular show, the Avengers. I segued off into talking about Batman, and I had a good time. So right now, I'm just thanking you all for coming in, because that's just something I personally like to do when I have time. And it means a lot, you know. When you do have the time, you can do it. If you don't, you can only do so much. Thank you guys for all of the shouts out. There. Bam. Now I'll put it in the comments. Alright, so having said that, I talked about those things in the last video. I had a bag full of Cheerios and I just had a good time. Having said that, I don't have my Cheerios in here because today, in this video, I want to wrap up. I'm going to do my best to wrap up the said topic. I was having a good time and I came back in here. Regular Show was in the house. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Regular Show. I have a survey going on right now, so I'll click it to see. You guys are voting. Thank you for voting. I typed in, do you guys like watching the Regular Show? As of now, 100% of y'all, including myself, said yes. The last video I made today, the last video I made today that was live, the Regular Show was on the TV in the background when I left out of the living room. And it was on the part with Muscle Man saying, "My mom!" Oh! And I closed the door and I started laughing because I thought it was funny to have the topic that I'm talking about right now on in the background. So that's that on that. We're only 8 minutes into this thing and I've said so much. I can go on and on. But for me personally, I hopped back on for a personal thing. I want to see if I can get through some more of this Regular Show topic. So I'll have you know, the ones who came to part 1, thank you and welcome back. To the ones who are here for the first time, welcome. And where I'm going to be reading my notes from is from Wikipedia. Simply type in, Regular Show Wikipedia, and I'm going to pick up where I left off. I am going to plug in the computer so the battery don't cut off on me. That's one thing. And I need to brighten my screen. That's better. Okay, the computer's plugged in, so I'm in probably like the I'm in the 3rd paragraph of Wikipedia, and I'm going to read some more about the Regular Show. Regular Show is on Cartoon Network, if you guys are familiar with that. Cartoon Network is so epic, and I've just been talking about them because that's something I grew up on and with. Many of the Regular Show characters were loosely based on those developed for Quentin students' film at California Institute of the Arts. The native men from Lowland and 2 in the AM/PM. Now I don't know what that is. I might have to reread it again, but to me, I'm guessing that the Regular Show was originally developed while Quentin was at college at the Art Institute of California. I believe this was a project, and it seems to me that it was titled The Naive Man from Lowland and 2 in the AM/PM. The former was one of the winners of 2005 Nicktoons Film Festival and received international attention after being broadcast on Nicktoons Network. Now, is it possible nowadays for networks to cross work with one another? For example, when Kmart was around and then there was Walmart, there was a time where if you worked at Kmart, you could not work at Walmart. Or if you worked at Walmart, you could not work at Kmart. How do I know? Because I witnessed that growing up. I came in at the time when stuff like that happened. Once upon a time, I worked at Kmart. Kmart was fizzling out, so I had to go to Walmart because the Kmarts were closing in our area. So I got a whiff of that. Had Kmart not been actually closing and showing proof of, I don't know if I would have got that job at Walmart, because they were really close. They really were sacred about hiring people from the competition. So how could the guy who made this really famous Regular Show be able to cross over from Nickelodeon to Cartoon Network? I think that's really cool. Yeah, I like the regular show too. It's a really chill cartoon, and it really takes my mind off of the things. Like, let's say for example, I just finished watching the news, because as an adult I still have to remind myself of what's going on. So if I watch the news for a couple of hours, meaning watch the news from my local news, then go over to C-SPAN, CNN, and all those other things, MSNBC, BBC. So saying all those, and I know I'm missing a couple, that's about 2 hours of just figuring out what's going on with the world. I turn to Cartoon Network and watch regular show, I instantly forget about all that stuff. Meaning, I don't forget it and I lost memory. It just takes my mind off of something heavy that I have to know what's going on, and then I go into watch Cartoon Network, and it takes me away from that. So that's really cool. So I'm going to read some more and see if we can get some answers. I'm in paragraph 3 on Wikipedia, y'all, and it says the former was one of the winners of the 2005 Nicktoons Film Festival and received international attention after being broadcast on Nicktoons Network. Quentin pitched regular show for Cartoon Network's Cartoon Astute project, in which the network allowed young artists to create pilots with no notes, which will possibly be opted as shows. Now, in my mind, as I read this paragraph, it makes me wonder about the time of the birth of the Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls. There was Dexter's Laboratory, there was Johnny Bravo, there was Powerpuff Girls. But around the time of the Powerpuff Girl era, I believe there was a window in time when Cartoon Network opened up their doors and were allowing people to come in with raw ideas, no experience per se, but just on the strength of being creative and really loving what you do. So I'm wondering if this is the time period where Mr. Quinto fell into the umbrella of the Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravos, because now Cartoon Network has been around so long, they actually have it chronicalized as generations. So for example, I am generation 1. I'm the first generation of Cartoon Network. And when they say generation 1 from Cartoon Network, that means I was there during the conception and the birth of the Powerpuff Girls, once again, Johnny Bravo, and Dexter's Laboratory, and so on. So I'm generation 1. Now they have generation 2 and 3, and I think they're working on generation 4. So I want to say the creator of regular show, perhaps maybe he came around generation 1 time. So regular show received critical acclaim and became one of Cartoon Network's most successful original series. You better believe it. I can watch the regular show with a box of chicken, a biscuit, and a Werner's ginger ale, and just be having a good time. It's like it's a party when I watch regular show. The show was nominated for several awards, including the Annie Awards, 6 Primetime Emmy Awards, one of which it won for the episode Excellent. Our son likes the Excellent episode, but you want to know what made the Excellent episode so epic, or should I say, do you want to know what made the Excellent episode so excellent? It's because you can actually buy the Excellent hats. That was the first time I ever saw in the history of Cartoon Network where paraphernalia was birthed, where you could physically go buy it based on a specific episode. The Excellent hat was unintentional. It was just a part of an episode, no different from like if Skips gets a new drink. But who would have thought that episode and that hat in particular would spawn off and have us fans make an Excellent hat to the point where you can buy it. That's just like, it's like the Excellent hat is more important than Thomas. Those are the fun things about cartoons in general, or anime, or whatever kind of cartoon show or graphic cartoon you like to watch. You watch a cartoon and you have the main characters. But it's the little things that stand out that people gravitate to and they celebrate, and there, you know, a new character is born out of that, i.e. the excellent hat. And I want one. So once again, y'all, the show is nominated for several awards, including 7 Annie Awards, spelled capital A as an apple, N as a no, Annie Awards, 6 Primetime Emmy Awards, and one of which won the episode Excellent, Season 3, Episode 17, y'all. Excellent was in Season 3, Episode 17, and the British Academy Children's Award. Hello, Governor. That episode was good too. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor. A film adaptation based on the series titled Regular Show. The movie premiered in 2015. Have you guys seen the Regular Show movie? I only seen bits and pieces, so it's likely a no for me, because I would have to sit down and watch it, right? So, having said that, for those of you who do not know, the Regular Show is slated to come out again on Cartoon Network with 2 more seasons, and it is official. So if you want to catch up on like the latest Regular Show news in reference to if it's finally coming out with something, I have 3 videos. I know 3 confirmed videos where I talk about that. And it is official, they are coming out with some more, which is why I'm talking about this now. I'm still rolling off of the helm of me celebrating Regular Show for a couple of weeks now. To me, it seems like a couple of weeks. There. So on Wikipedia, it's got the premise. Premise. When I look at the word premise, I involuntarily want to say it really slowly with a slow southern drawl. Premise. Like surmise. Premise. Because it just seemed like it's supposed to be said like that. So I had to auto-correct myself, so I'll be like, all right, y'all, I'm highly educated, bona fide, qualified. Let's turn to the premise. Oh, cool. Credibility down the toilet. Oh, she said it wrong. What's wrong with her? I thought she was smart. I'm smart. So here we have, once again, in Wikipedia, the premise. Main article, list of Regular Show characters. The series revolves around the daily lives of 2 23-year-old friends, Mordecai, voiced by J.G. Quintino, and Rigby, voiced by William Sayers, who works as groundskeepers at a park and spends their days avoiding work to entertain themselves by any means. And y'all, when they say any means, they mean enemies. Not enemies. Any means. Now, if we want to segue off into the meticulousness of the English language, A-N-Y spacebar M-E-A-N-S. If you say it with the southern drawl, any means also sounds like enemies. E-N-E-M-I-E-S. So we've got any means necessary, and then we have the word enemies necessary. Same difference. It's a crime, shame, America. But moving forward, this is much of the chagrin of their boss Benson. Spam is voiced by Sam Marin, and their co-worker Skips is voiced by Mark Hamill. But to the delight of Pops Marin, the son of the park's owner, Mr. Maillard, voiced by David Olden Steers, The other co-workers include an overweight green male. Y'all, this is the second time they refer to Muscle Man as this. Overweight. He's overweight. They said Muscle Man is overweight. Their other co-workers include an overweight green male named Muscle Man, voiced by Marin, and a ghost named High Fives Ghost. And Quintinil does the voice for High Fives Ghost, who occasionally serves as their rivals. Y'all, Muscle Man, besides Starla, can Muscle Man ever win? No, because Starla is all he needs. And my mom jokes. Do y'all like Muscle Man? And his shirt, they're showing him in his t-shirt, and it looks dingy. I think they did a good job making Muscle Man, because it looks like, I'm looking at a small picture of him now. Muscle Man's pants, they look like they're spandex, and they match the color of his hair. So his hair is brown, it's long and brown, and his pants are the same color as his hair. And then in the description it says he's green. He's like a Muscle Man is like a sea green, a dirty sea green color. And his tired t-shirt that he wears looks gray. But with they really did a good job making Muscle Man, because when I look at his character, it don't look like he bathes. I don't know how they got the idea to do that. It's just the art of it all. If you just stare at it, it's like the colors make all the difference. Because could you imagine Muscle Man any other color? The jokes and his character just wouldn't stick as good as they would had he been a different color. If Muscle Man was yellow, the jokes wouldn't hit at all. So the dreary, dirty green, like he just been rolling around in swamp water all day. They did a really good job. And you know Muscle Man has feelings. Found that out when he broke up with Starla. or did Starla break up with him? Regular show is good times. There's more to this Wikipedia dialogue that comprises of it, but I simply wanted to get on here to talk more about it, and to let you know that yes, my family is okay, they're all right. And because the first video, my intentions was to come on here personally for myself, because I really want to get on here and talk more about regular show. And I haven't been on in a while making a live video, and I did not want to make any more voiceovers right now, so this would be the perfect time. So my intention for the first video was to be about a half hour, because this is more so for myself. And once again, my fam's okay, because I cut it short because I didn't want to keep texting. Like I told y'all, I was like, you know what, I'm going to end this video. Now, I'm adding in the part that I didn't say at the end of the video, because my intention for the first video was to be about a half hour, to hop on here, talk about regular show, hop on off, and get back to family business. I have a small window of time to get back on here again, and I'm still happy about Cartoon Network. It's like the rebirth of Cartoon Network. So if this is my happy place and I'm stuck on it, why not stay here and exhausted until I feels no ways tired, Lord? So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. This is a happy place for me, y'all. This is history in the making, because Cartoon Neo is gone. Prayer do work. I do believe in miracles. I miracles. Whitney Houston was right. I believe in you and me. I believe that we could be. Thank you. Y'all like, what in the heck is going on? Is she broke? No, that was me. I have a couple of more minutes to kick it on here because this will be about a half-hour video. And when I get back on here tomorrow, I'll probably get back on here talking about the same thing. I haven't even made it through all of the article on Wikipedia in reference to regular show, which is good for me because I have more to talk about. And who knows, I'll probably watch a couple of more episodes, even if it's small snippets while I prepare tonight's dinner, listening to small snippets in the background by way of YouTube. Side note, in reference to Cartoon Network, I was listening to We Bare Bears for a while. It was like I had them on constant rotation. They stream live. We Bare Bears streams live, and they like loop like 4 to 5 different of the same episodes over and over and over and over for the day. But it's really fun. So since regular show is back, I am going to go through the YouTube Rolodex and see if perhaps regular show has taken the same philosophy as We Bare Bears and perhaps are looping the same few episodes for the day over and over and over continuously. Because Adventure Time did that too. Like when I was in my Atlanta Journal-Constitution Atlanta Journal-Constitution bout, where I was reading specifically from Atlanta Journal-Constitution in my cow suit in the morning, right after I go off of live, the next video that will play in my monitoring camera or in my monitoring computer will be Adventure Time. And I always thought that was a welcoming, warm greeting. I thought that was really cool. So thank you guys for participating in the poll. 100% of y'all, including myself, said yes, you are familiar with regular show. Regular show is coming out with 2 more series. Did I say that right? 2 more series? No, 2 more seasons. Total Dramas rolling out, getting ready to roll out their new season. Teen Titans Go, if they haven't started, they're going to be hitting us every Saturday with a new episode. Phineas and Ferb is hitting us already, to my knowledge, because they've been coming on constantly early in the morning, constantly with the hits. I think Phineas and Ferb is already out. I think they've already started releasing / launching their new episodes. And if that's the case, every episode is geared on more like a musical. They always sing, this is different this time. It's really good. So shouts out to all the cartoon people, Disney, doing their thing, making good cartoons. And y'all really did a good job with making Bluey. Bluey is a good cartoon. So I'm done with Disney, but I just said that side note to talk about some of the cartoons that are actually cranking it out. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you guys so much for supporting me in my YouTube shorts. Look, not everybody has a long attention span. There are moments when I can sit through an entire I can have the entire 6-hour replay live stream going on all day in the background while I'm cooking or cleaning or out in the yard. And there are days when I just go through shorter videos and have their playlist going because I want to hear a video all the way to the start to the finish, but I want bits and pieces, if that makes sense. For example, I'm listening to videos that are 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but it's got to start, middle, and end. And then I want to go to the next video and consume content like that. And there's times when I do just want to stroll through the shorts because I want a bird's eye view of what's going on. I want some fresh ideas, and it just helps me get the creative juices going, and it's really fun. So I do like that my platform has a variety of long stream, short videos, and YouTube shorts. Having said that, continue to keep yourself busy on my platform, finding things to keep yourself entertained. You guys are sharing out the content. It's saying every day in the week, every week in a weekly. Thank you so much for pressing the thumbs up, because once again, every week, thankfully, YouTube gives us an update on what we're doing and if it's getting liked. Thank you for doing that so much. It's showing. I'd rather have slow growth than no growth at all. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. And it is my want to come back on here live tomorrow. But we never know what the future holds. So until next video, y'all have a good day. Bye-bye now. That should be that. If that should be that, then that is that. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, T minus 10, 9, 8. Ellie, are you there? Come on, girl. I pushed live. Let me see. Here it is. Hello. Can I hear myself? Move it along. Let's move it along, Lassie. Move it along. Okay. Let me turn this up. Let me take off Bluetooth and turn up the volume. Alright, I can hear myself. Yes, finally. Take this thing out. Ladies and gentlemen, we have passed quality control. I can hear myself, and that's all that matters. How can y'all see my raccoon or panda thing? Isn't it the cutest? I like it a lot. I think I'm gonna just close this on up. Close this on up. See how that looks? Now my phone looks great coming through. On this desktop, it looks like trash as far as the quality. But I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm wondering why I'm having a difficult time hearing. Normally the sound is good. Hold on. Testing. Okay, I want to get right in. I'm going to be talking about regular show today. This is part 3. Finally getting around to it. I like watching regular show. So let me put in a poll. You guys, do you like watching regular show? Do you like watching the regular show? Put the regular show. On Cartoon Network. Because I do. I like watching it. And that's the question I'm going to ask. So I've already answered. I like watching regular show on Cartoon Network. It's really fun. And in fact, today is May 16th, 2025. And on my end, it is 12:34 p.m. Cartoon Network was like, and now next, regular show. I swear that's what I thought I heard him say. But how come when the time came on for the cartoon to come up next, it was Adventure Time? How you doing, Amanda? And I'm sorry, Armando. Please excuse me. Thank you for the thumbs up. So Adventure Time is on. I'm cool with that because by the time I get out of here, maybe regular show will be on. Thank you for coming in. So right now, where I'm at, Adventure Time is on, regular show is not on yet. So that could be a good thing. Okay, I can take these out. Everything sounds good on my end. Thank you guys. I'm glad you can hear me. I had to do a quality control check. So having said that, I'm glad that's on because by the time I get finished with this, maybe regular show will be coming on. I'm curious about what's going on with the regular show far as update. So perhaps I will do that too. What's going on, Oliver? How are you doing? Thank you for coming in today. I'm talking about regular show, of course. I'm curious of what's going on with the regular show. Because as of now, Cartoon Network has been keeping their word. We have episodes of, we have a new season of Total Drama Island. We have, for Adult Swim, they've rolled into their 3rd or 4th episode, but a new season of Rick and Morty. So they're keeping their word. Teen Titans Go started their new series already, or new episodes. So I need to know what's going on with regular show. I have regular show set up on my little computer right here so I can see. But right now that I'm talking with you guys, I want to see if there are any regular show updates before I read some more out of the Wikipedia. Let me see what AI Overview can tell me. I typed in regular show updates, and AI Overview said a new regular show series is in production with J.D. Quintino returning as showrunner. While the series will feature some characters from the original show, it's described as entirely new. The show is being produced by Cartoon Network Studios and is planned to premiere on Adult Swim Canada during the 2025-2026 season. According to a Reddit thread, the original series concluded with its 8th and final season in 2017, which included a 3-part finale. So now this is an update, because when I did this about 2 or 3 weeks ago, which seems to me, they were talking that, of course, regular shows up in the works and running, but it was going to be coming for here. Now, I did do my latest video I made, it seems like to me 2 weeks ago, Cartoon Network in Canada. That was the most recent update and the latest. But it was presenting as they were going to go to Canada first, then here. How you doing, Marcel? Thank you for coming in. And now this AI Overview is making it read like the regular show was only exclusively coming to Canada, and that's whack, you know? Because if that's the case, you got to do all this whole stuff to switch with the VPN. This is trash. This video discusses the upcoming new regular show series. I'm not gonna watch it right here on live, but dang. Regular show new lost tapes and all new updates. According to Reddit, on June 12th, 2024, it was announced that NC Animation Film Festival that Cartoon Network Studios will be producing regular show series, which is true. But now is reading that it's only going to go exclusively to Canada, and it's going to be put on Adult Swim. Now, when I was reading in the Reddit thread, they were like, why would you put regular show on Adult Swim? And one comment was like, well, a slot is a time slot, because there was one cartoon in particular, I don't remember the name right now, according to the Cartoon Network of Canada, where the cartoon was family friendly, but it was in Adult Swim. At that time, they were just trying to get on the network in general. So you really couldn't lose. And then eventually they will be able to work out a proper time for the show. As long as it got into the network, they were good. I want to know what's going on with Cartoon Network regular show in America. So I'm going to open up another tab and be a little bit more specific and see if we can get somewhere with this. Because inquiring minds want to know, and I am that inquiring mind. When will the new regular show episodes be in America? When will the new regular shows be aired in America? I need to know this. It's basically summertime. Phineas and Ferb on Disney have already launched into their new episodes. They did the whole premiere, or like this whole launch of playing every entire single episode, and it seemed like the movies and everything. What's going on, Sound Waves? And now Phineas and Ferb is already well off into their new season, and that's on Disney. And I'm still wondering what's going on with regular show. So I typed in, when will the new regular show be aired in America? The new regular show series will premiere on Adult Swim Canada. I said America. Sometime during 2025-2026 season. According to a Reddit thread, there is no information yet on when it will air in the United States. So now they're changing. Don't go changer. Like in the Shrek. I'm going to put a cow in the chat for all of you. So things are changing. And it's kind of funny because you know how when it's time for all of us to come together for a college project, turn in our assignments, and it's always that one or two, and sometimes if you're in a bad group of few, like, all right guys, it's time to compile our notes so we can present to the class what we're talking about. Oh, I don't have my notes. I'm like, but you was hardcore promising us that, yo, I'm gonna have my notes. I got them there in the work, you know, we did our notes, don't worry, I got you. When it's time to show for the notes, something happened. Now this is how it's looking like with regular show right now, because it's more promises, and I was hoping that this wouldn't happen. They are delivering on their word. Check. It will be a new series launched. Check. I am unsure if it's going to be called The Lost Tapes anymore, but in addition to that, now it seems like it's not going to be anything here in America. It's just going specifically towards Canadians. Why? Cartoon Network, regular show is not like Beavis and Butthead. It's not like South Park. It's not one of those cartoons where it causes controversy. So why are they acting like they don't want it to be here in America and it was well received? I think that's really stupid. If I think of anything else to type in here, I will. As far as wondering what's going on with the regular show. Right now I'm typing in, hi everybody. You can tell everybody. You can tell everybody. I'm a cow. Not today though. I'm a red panda and or a raccoon. I typed it wrong, so in light of typing it wrong, I'm going to press, oh, it didn't even give me anything. In light of typing it wrong, I'm going to press did you mean and see what I get. Reddit comes right up. Let me go through the Reddit feed and see what the world is talking about. New regular show series will premiere on Adult Swim Canada sometime during 2025-26 season. So I've already talked about that. I'm going to quit running in circles. It's nice to know that they are keeping their word. However, I was under the strong assumption that they would be having it here first. Why are Canadian people getting the luxury to have regular show? Now I'm going back to Wikipedia to pick up where I left off at. I want to read some more about regular show. So for the record, I am at wikipedia.com, and you can type in regular show if you want to follow along with me in the search box of regular show. And you'll have to scroll down to the category past premise. I am under the category that says creation, and I'm going to read some out of there. Regular show largely grew out of creator J.G. Quitnell's life and experiences in college. Quitnell attended the California Institute of Arts, and many other characters on the regular show are based on the characters developed for his student films. I read this already, but it don't hurt to read it again. Naive Men from Lollyland, 2025, and then the AMPM 2026. Both originated as part of the 48-hour film project in which students put words into a hat, pulled out one word at midnight, and spent a weekend developing ideas for a film. Now that sounds fun. Okay. And then it's got all these names and stuff. Thurl Van Norman and Pendleton Ward, who both went on to work at Cartoon Network Studios where Quentin Van Orman created The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. It's the misadventures of Flapjack! While completing his degree, he was later invited to pitch for Cartoon Network's Cartoon Institute, a project to showcase short films created without the interference of network exclusive and focus testing. That sounds so fun. The article or the Wikipedia page continues. Quentin returned to the characters from his films, put them together with newer characters and created a pilot. Quentin wanted to present a visual pitch rather than a verbal one. I agree. It's so much more to have visuals to go with your pitch. I like to tell stories too. There are people who are professional storytellers. How I know about it is because when I was in middle school, we had speech class, public speaking, and that's when I think, to me, I was introduced to the world of TED Talks. Let's just say that. I'm not sure if TED Talks were out at that time when I was in middle school, but the giving speeches was like a sport. So we will watch this from our speech teacher, and he would be so wrapped up in it. It's what he loved to do. So nonetheless, how I got there, I was talking about pitches, giving pitches, and in particular, Quentin wanted to give a visual. Instead of just running his mouth for the pitch, he wanted to provide visuals. So we are walking in his footprints or footsteps right now on how the next path was being, the next pathway was being laid out in the trajectory of regular show being born. Some more, because it was already made. He said it was like birthed out of a college. Y'all hear that? I gotta see what's going on. Lord, it never fails when I'm on the road. Hold on, there's something going on out there. I gotta see. Let me see if I can meet this. I'm back. I tell you, let me keep moving as if nothing ever happened. So as I was saying, we're walking into the day in the life of how the regular show was, made or presented to us. So Quentin returned to the characters from his film, then put them together with newer characters and created a pilot. Quentin wanted to present a visual pitch rather than a verbal one, believing the idea would make little sense otherwise. He storyboarded the idea for the pilot, and Craig McCracken and Rob Rosinski liked the presentation. Well, they liked his presentation. So he did it in storyboard format. That's really cool. Regular Show was one of the two series from the project that were greenlit, the other being Secret Mountain Fort Awesome, based on the constitution of Uncle Grandpa. Wow. which in turn became his own series later on. Which is that, because was Uncle Grandpa, was that the theme song? I don't care what they say. We're the kids of the world. We're the kids of the world. We're the kids of the world. Was that Uncle Grandpa's song? Anyways, Uncle Grandpa, which in turn became its own series later on. The project was eventually scrapped. What? Wait a minute. Which project was scrapped? Because Uncle Grandpa, it happened. The project, okay, so hold on. Based on the current Cartoon Institute short Uncle Grandpa, which in turn became its own later series, the project was eventually scrapped and never premiered on television. The character of Mordecai embodies Quintino during his college years, specifically at Cal Arts, Quintino said. That's that time when you're hanging out with your friends and getting into stupid situations, but you're also taking it seriously though. The character, when I went to college, though short-lived, I don't recall myself getting into stupid situations. HBO don't know nothing about cartoons, which is why you're saying stuff is tanking. That's the time where you're hanging out with your friends and getting into stupid situations, but you're also taking it seriously enough. I didn't want to get into trouble when I was in college. I just wanted to do my thing, do my work, and have fun my way. And my way was nice. The character of Rigby was randomly developed when Quintino drew a raccoon hula hooping. He liked the design and developed the character of Rigby to be far less responsible than his companion. That's cool. So once again, Soundwave says, so since HBO, corporate took over, cartoons not the same. HBO, I really get tired of corporations merging things and dissolving corporations and merging into one umbrella, because it seems like when they do that, it just eats the other company and you never see them again. It's like that scary movie, it's a horror show kind of. It's a Scary Tales or Scary Horrors or something that we used to read when we were younger, and they actually made a movie about it. But there's this scary stories to tell in the dark. And one in particular, there was a story about this large woman who followed kids and smothered them. That's how it seems like corporations do. They follow you and they wear you down, and then they absorb you into their corporation and you're no more. Man, hey, isn't that the truth? Management goons. It's kind of like when charity people, they start out right, and then all of a sudden they get an opportunity to have the 501c3 classification, and then they start to change and they turn into monsters. It's like, what happened to the care, the love, and compassion? And even on the smaller scale, with YouTubers, over the years I've seen them start out so well, and then once they get monetized, they slowly start to change, and it's rarely ever for the better. It's like the insidious monster take over and they start turning mean and nasty. It's no different, because as a YouTuber, we are private contractors or something. What is it? We have to fill out a 1099, so we're independent contractors. So when the money start rolling in, they start changing, and it's like, man. It goes into what I was talking about this morning. If you guys seen my Tyler Perry's celebrity news and things video, I talked about how artists change. How you doing, Jazzy Smith? And so I would love for Africa to be great again. it's great again in many places, you know, no different from America. We've got our strong points, we got our weak points, but all in all, we need to strengthen the weak points so it can be strong collectively. So as I was saying, usually when an album comes out, their freshman year, freshman, sophomore, junior year albums are always dope. And then after that, they kind of change. And it's like, man, what have you done? You're not the same anymore. You're a monster. So pretty much that's what it is to me. Thank you guys for coming in. Yeah, they morph into a monster. I can say, unfortunately, there's over 5 YouTubers now since I've been on YouTube, following some who I've fallen off from watching as much because I will see the change, and it is what it is, you know? It's really nothing to get upset about with that person. It's just that's the life. That's what they want to be like. You can't hold them back from becoming something or magnifying or having them be magnified. How can I say that? It's not my fault that they have chosen to be that way. That's the choice they made, so there it is. No different from how I was talking about Tyler Perry. I just talk about, like, everybody on social media is talking bad about him. I'm like, well, it's his life, it's his choice. If you don't like his content, watch something else. That's about it. So continuing on with the regular show content here on Wikipedia, in the next paragraph, I'm curious to see what's going to happen now. It says episodes are produced using storyboarding and hand-drawn animation, and each episode takes roughly 9 months to create. You guys, so that means they're working around the clock. It takes them 9 months, that's almost a year, to make one episode. So when producers say, you know, we're working, we're in the studio, we're creating, it's true. It's true. But having read how long it takes to make an episode, it makes it seem like they're all talk and no delivery. So they've been saying they've been in the works for almost 3 years, right? So they should be finished, which is true because they set a time date or a window or when it's going to premiere, although it's going to premiere in Canada. That's about right. What don't you think is true, Soundwaves? So, as I continue on, episodes are produced using storyboarding and hand-drawn animation, and each episode takes roughly 9 months to create. Quentin recruited several independent comic book artists to draw the show's animated elements. Their style matched closely with Quentin's ideas for the series. The show's soundtrack comprised original music composed by Mark Mothersbaugh, as well as licensed songs. While preparing the beginning of the show, Quentin looked for young independent comic artists to comprise the show's storyboard artists. He thought that the style would closely match that of the regular show, so he hired people, independent contractors, independent freelance artists whose style fares similar to his to get this regular show thing running. So it would make sense to have a staff and a team. They had to be familiar with the characters. They had to know the storyboard. They had to get to know him, and they had to get to know how the original regular show started, so they can be on one umbrella to know how to unify the cartoons as they drew the same thing. They probably trying to follow a trend for money. That's primarily the case. You know, it's no different when you're in school. Kids act out or act the way they see their big sisters act, big brothers act, because they think it's really cool and they look up to them. Not knowing that their big brothers and big sisters are doing the same thing, looking up to somebody who's bigger than them, watching TV, watching music videos, seeing people who they want to be, so they pretend to mimic and act like them to try to get in and around crowds like that. So unbeknownst to the little kids, they don't think that the people that they're looking up to are looking up to somebody they're trying to be, and pop goes the weasel, everybody acting stupid. And it works. So if it's not broke, don't fix it. So being stupid pays the bills a lot faster than being smart and modest. So most people want fast money. So there you go. Thank you for that comment. Let's see here. Where did I leave off at? He looks through blogs and convention panels for the total package, which he said was the ability to write and draw. So when he was looking to hire aspiring artists, per se, like the contracted, cartoonists, he wanted them to have the total package. And in his eyes, the total package was to be able to write and draw. In the R&B world and music world at the time, they wanted you to be able to sing and dance at least. Now you don't have to do anything but show up and be a willing participant to be down for whatever. And that's lame. I look forward to the time when true talent gets acknowledged. So continuing on with here, he looked through the blogs and convention panels for the total package, which he said was the ability to write and draw, something that many independent comic book artists possesses. Kudos to you guys. He gave you guys your flowers. In addition, Quintino attended many open shows at Cal Arts, an 8-hour festival of student animation. Now, 8 hours isn't enough. It's a student festival of artsy-fartsy creative minds. And you mean they just gave them an 8-hour block? I would want that to be an all-day event, if anything. So, give them the whole day. But hey, Tom and Jerry was so basic. Household Wars, it was simplistic and entertaining. Now, cartoons are slowly starting to get back to that, but in the modern day format. I've seen it on Disney, and of course I'm seeing it on even Nickelodeon is making the comeback. So I can say that based on the cartoon trailers I've been seeing far as what's coming out for the summer, it seems like they're reaching back to the days of old where cartoons were supposed to be what they were supposed to be. The last sentence in this paragraph, under creation, it says, the style and sensibility of regular show was difficult to work with in the beginning. The beginning stages are always difficult because it's the beginning. You have to learn the project, you have to learn the crew, you have to learn what they can and cannot do, their strong points, their weak points, to make sure that everyone's comprehension on the goal is on the same page, because someone's going to see things differently, not to be an antagonist, but it's just because people are different. But those are the good things when making a production, because if you don't start anywhere, you won't get anywhere. The style and sensibility of regular show was difficult to work with in the beginning. The artist struggled to create a natural sitcom-like sound for the series. This is the cool part right here, y'all. He gathered his inspirations from, and here's the list. Growing up, Quintino was inspired by The Simpsons and Beavis and Butthead. I really see the Beavis and Butthead in there, especially when they go off. It's like dun 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 dun. So even my husband said that. He was like, that would kind of remind me of Beavis and Butthead. I said, yeah. And actually, I gave him the history at that time, because the regular show came out. It was released a long time ago, but it didn't get aired until later on. But it was based in the time of the guys growing up in high school, so it looks dated now. Intentionally so, because it's from a time period of, I forgot when, the 90s or something. And he credits the stylistic elements of Joe Murray's Rocko's Modern Life, Camp Lazlo. Camp Lazlo was good. That's funny too, and so is Rocko's Modern Life. As working their way into his style, video game Street Fighter, Shadowrun, Toe Jam, and Earl, which Quentin played when he was a child, also inspired the series, as did some British television programs. And I can see that, especially when they're playing video games. Now that is mentioned, yeah. Quentin's interest in British television was influenced by his British roommate at Cal Arts, who introduced him to the League of Gentlemen, The It Crowd, Little Britain, The Office, and Mighty Boosh. The latter was very influential to Quentin and would later influence the humor in Regular Show, which is true because of Elay Butler. That episode was good. There's probably so much more to talk about in here, but for me personally, I want to just take this and break this down into baby bites and just enjoy talking about Regular Show and just keep it at that. This is going to be a short video. I really had a great time talking about Regular Show. This is part 3. Thank you guys for coming in. I have over 12 uploads, so it's a lot of entertainment for you guys to get into, to hear my view on social views. I did a lot of uploads from my previous YouTube channel that I got locked out of years ago. I finally had some time to get around to download all those and re-upload them on here. So there's, I think, a total of 10 throwback videos. Check those out, listen to them so you can hear my perspective on what I think about the Cardi B's of the world. How women have changed throughout the times. My take on the Me Too movement at the time, and so on. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Let me put a trophy in here. I really enjoy talking about Regular Show. J.O. And J.O. talking. I really enjoyed talking about Regular Show. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I really enjoyed talking about Regular Show. Thank you for coming in, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And join me with where the cool kids hang out in our cool onesies or blankets when we have our teas, our cocos, our beverages, like water and all that stuff. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, turkey sandwich, T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, turkey sandwich. Let me see if this is up and running. Hello, Elay, are you there? Elay, oxen free. Elay, are you there? Present. I can hear myself, so if so that means you can hear me too. Good. Let me see which internet connection I have that's going on. So far, so good. Barnaby, it is 1:59 p.m. It is June 18th, 1:59, basically 2 o'clock. So happy lunchtime / how was y'all lunch? Some of y'all who are taking late lunches, congratulations. I think I would rather take a late lunch. I like taking late lunches. Well, the last place I worked at, I like taking late lunches to get it out the way, meaning get the other people out of the way so I can have more time for myself. Thank you for coming in. I'm happy. Like I said this morning, I was going to come today, and I actually said I was going back today and make another video, which is true. I'm here present, but it was going to be in the evening. But I have some time right now. The way they're working around for me right now, it's best for me to take this window in time and participate in making the video right now. So better get it, be getting it while the getting is good, and getting the video in here. This is part 4 for regular show. I have my mini computer with me, and I look forward to possibly getting finished with this to see what else the future has for me. I am winging it right now. I don't have the mini computer on the I was about to say I don't have the mini computer on the cell phone. I don't have the mini computer on outlet plugging right now, so it's running on the battery. So I'm getting ready to get into it. If you're interested in following me, I forgot to put the link down into the I forgot to put the link in the description, but I read it from Wikipedia, the regular show, and I'm down at the production part already. Should I say already? How could it be already in this 4th regular show video, and I haven't even made it through this whole article yet? I tell you, every paragraph I read off of Wikipedia in reference to the regular show, I start talking about things that the article reminds me of, like all the good things. So here I go. For example, Jay with the Quintel guy, he's talking about how the birth of regular show, how it was born when he was in college, and how one thing led to the other, and it's just how cool that is. So I started talking about that. So let me get into it and see how much time I have, because I usually get regular show. Thanks guys for coming in. Hi. I usually get regular shows about a half hour. I don't want to be on too long, but I enjoy doing this, and I have to respect everybody else's time around the house. So I'm in the production part of regular show in the Wikipedia portion, and it says production. The plots of regular show episodes generally begins with a basic problem that the characters must overcome. And do they overcome these problems? Yes. But at the expense of who? Benson having high blood pressure, because I know Benson have high blood pressure. He be turning red in the face all the time. One person who don't have high blood pressure on regular show? Skips. So the plots of regular show episodes generally begin with a basic problem that the characters must overcome while the protagonists work on their task. A magical, supernatural, or strange element appears and complicates the initially simple problem. Sometimes I really think Mordecai and Rigby bring all this on themselves, because they don't follow directions all the way, and then curiosity, thanks to Rigby, gets them in trouble. For example, I keep referencing this episode because it's one of my favorites, setting up the chairs. They had to set up the chairs for the birthday party, right? And so they ran out of chairs, so they had to go to the storage room, and Rigby was like trying to get out of that. So he opened the door. He tried to open the door. He was like, it's locked. Can we go now? And then after they went into the storage room, there were video games in there. They were covered up like with towels or sheets or something, arcade games. And the one they so happened to uncover, the one video game out of all the video games, was the Destroyer of Worlds. And you know what happened when they uncovered that. So while the protagonists work on the task, a magical, supernatural, or strange element appears and complicates the initially simple problem. The writers decided to follow this narrative structure to take advantage of the animation. And take advantage of the animation, they did. I like how they explored their imagination. Have you thought of that? While the creators of regular show are using their imagination, we are actually witnessing them explore their own imagination. As each episode gets created, they have to dig deeper into their imagination to think of something new, while staying in the construct of keeping the plot line going and or the narrative going. So when we're watching SpongeBob SquarePants, even though I know SpongeBob SquarePants is not a Cartoon Network show, just imagine the creators who help participate, who are involving themselves in SpongeBob SquarePants. What type of exercising What type of exercises do they utilize to expand their imagination to get to all of these episodes that they're in? Who would have thought SpongeBob SquarePants would have been going on so long? Number two, who would have thought The Simpsons would have been going on so long? They've been on for over 140 years. I'm over exaggerating, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah. Let me scoot this up a little closer. I tell you, it's funny sometimes how throughout the day the camera shows up differently on me, and maybe it's because the way the sun is shining in here. But nonetheless, my hair is purple. I like it, and I'm happy. And I have some purple left over, so when I need to do a retouch, I can. The series is rated PGV. Cartoon Network told Quentin early on that they wanted to age it up for the Y7 stuff. For the Y7 stuff we be doing in the past. Yeah, I like Y7. This direction led the crew to use adult-oriented humor with innuendos and oh, it's true though. Like, they be going to the bar and they be drinking adult alcoholic beverages, but they disguise it and mask it up as drinking sodas. But good and well, Mordecai and Rigby and the gang, when they go out, they be drinking something else. So the series is rated TV PG. Cartoon Network told Quentin early on that they wanted to age it up for the Y7 stuff we've been doing in the past. This direction led the crew to use adult-oriented humor and innuendos of street pharmaceuticals and alcoholic beverage references. One of the program's storyboard artists, Calvin Wong, said that he enjoys the limitations set by writing for the show since the adult-oriented jokes that are approved are satisfying, and they are in good taste. A regular show is a quality show. It's very good. Now, talking about regular show versus the new Total Drama Island series, the new Total Drama Island. Ooh, you want to talk about pushing boundaries? Maybe that's what I'll get on next after I finally get finished talking about regular show. We talk about Drama Island. I had to see what was behind me. I want to be sitting on dust bunnies and get my cute little onesie costume messed up, It's too cute, and it's freshly washed. I don't want to get it back dirty sitting in dust bunnies. Well, you know what I want to drink? I want a Verner's. A Verner's is a type of ginger ale. Oh, I want a Verner's in the can. And that's good right now. The plot of the episodes were influenced by Quentin's and the writer's personal experience, such as performing prank telephone calls or accepting an eating challenge from a restaurant. So let's backtrack for the telephone calls. Remember the episode when they were like, the 1980s called, they said they want their jackets back. When they got sucked back into the past, that was so real and raw. When I first saw that episode, I was like, I don't know how that episode made me think of Pharrell Williams. I'm CJR. Hello, how are you doing? I am talking about the regular show. This is my fourth installment of me harping on about the show. So that episode was good, and for some reason, that particular episode made me think about the artist musician Pharrell Williams. Probably because maybe he was born in that time, or his music is kind of stuck in the past. With Pharrell Williams, his music is either two ways, stuck in the past, in the 80s, or so futuristic. I haven't seen anything in the middle. Except when he made a collab, and that song was called Past the Cavassier with Busta Rhymes and a whole fleet of other rappers. So continuing on, the show often references 1980s culture, using music and electronic devices from that era since many factors from the decade left a positive influence on Quentin. The show also makes reference to modern social trends such as viral internet videos. And after reading this, how it says the show often references the show also makes references to modern social trends. The references to modern social trends for me, I instantly went back to when they were talking about 4K Ultra. And dude, we're in 4K Ultra now. Are we in 5K Ultra now? What Ultra are we in, first of all? And second of all, which century are we in? My family and I looked up about 3 days ago to see which century are we in, because to me it seems like we're beyond the 21st century, but according to AI overview, we're still in the 21st century. It don't feel right though. I think we're somewhere else, but tell us anything as long as we're paying our taxes. Just tell us anything, I suppose. The intention of the show's voice acting was to make the most of the characters sound more natural. Really, how does a century feel like anything? Well, time is weird. Some people can be waiting in the line at Dollar Tree or Walmart, the same group of people, and it feels like it's taking forever for some people for them to, get to their time. And for some people, they're occupied or patient or have all the time in the world, or they're busy daydreaming while they're in that same line with people, and their experience of time and waiting could be like, oh, that didn't take long at all. So that's how I feel about rating the century. I think it's a personal thing. Yeah, it's just a time frame. Because when I was super young, one of the worst years I've ever experienced in my entire life was actually 2013. That year was grueling, exhausting, intensive, and I lost so much that year. Year 2013 was the worst year of my life and it lasted the longest. So, having said that as examples, it seems like we're well past the 21st century. If anything, right now, today, in this one shining moment as I talk to you, I'm CJR. It feels like we're in the 26th century. That's how I feel where we are today. But once again, tell us anything. As long as we're paying our taxes, we don't have anything to worry about or complain about. Continuing on my mini computer as I read some things off of wikipedia.com in reference to this cool show called Regular Show, it says here, the intention of the show's voice acting was to make most of the characters sound more natural. Do you think Regular Man sounds natural? He'd be like, oh yeah, I'm Regular Man. Woo! That's not natural. That's not natural. Having the characters not talk loudly. Really? So, in fact, now that I continue reading this in Wikipedia, it has in parentheses, having the characters not talk loudly. The only character that do talk the loudest is Muscle Man. And that's good because it forms some dynamic between the realities of the show, like how characters are talking calmly, like how I'm talking with you guys in the natural room setting, like I'm talking like I have some sense, like I know how to use voice control. The intention of the show's voice acting was to make most of the characters sound more natural and conversational. I do like the conversations that they have on Regular Show because even while listening, for example, when I'm listening to Regular Show, I like to clean the kitchen because I like to have, like they said, the conversation going on in the background. Because every once in a while, thank you, Aaron Hoffman, I speak softly. Thank you so much. While they're going on conversating in the background, it helps me to try to tighten up on my vocabulary. There are days when I want to strengthen my vocabulary, increase my articulation because it's a personal preference for myself. So I like to listen to Regular Show in the background, the voice inflections, and even with what is it? I just talked about Total Drama Island, the new series. They have so many new characters introduced, and they did a really good job using each character. Or should I say, they did a really good job giving each character on Total Drama Island or Total Action Drama a voice or a true identity. So it can help me pick up on accents and all that stuff. So continuing on here, the main constants of voice acting veterans, Mark Hamill, who portrays Skip, and Roger Craig Smith, who plays Thomas. I like Thomas. His face is shaped like a pizza. And he is calm, and he wears regular pants, and he just is there. Like, hey there, I'm Thomas. You guys want to hang out? Sure. We can hang out after my shift is over. I like Thomas. It's a nice calm vibe with him. Continuing on, William Slayers plays the voice of Rigby. Janie Haddad portrays Margaret. Quintel's former CalArts classmate Sam Marin voices Benson, Pops, and Muscle Man. Isn't that cool? It's a triple threat. He is a triple threat. Or let's just say a quadruple threat because he has to use his regular voice too. Oh, meow, meow, meow. Hee hee. Mic drop. So moving forward, y'all, this is a good article. Members of the production staff have voiced several characters throughout the series, including Minty Lewis, Toby Jones, Andrew Salif, and Matt Price. The regular show cast recorded their lines together in a group as opposed to individual recording sessions for each actor. Now, I want to participate in doing voiceovers, and I am particularly, i.e. of college and high school and so on, not a fan of group studies, but for coming out together as a collective to do a voiceover presentation or whatever they call it, I would love to do that because I feel /think/know that if all of the parties are in the room together, kind of like how you and I are in this room together, just vibing and sharing, it would be more fun to go around the table or the booth reading off the script in character, acting like these different people. Oh, I'm Muscle Man, you can't say anything to me. Shut up, Muscle Man, you're too loud, we're in the movie. Oh, someone's touchy. It would just be so fun to go around that, and it would keep us in the air of youthful imagination. I really applaud all of the voice actors on regular show for that because you had to set aside the stereotypes of being adult. First of all, being a regular show voice actress or actor requires you to be so unbelievably comfortable in yourself. And you know, on this platform, look at me, I am a fully grown adult woman and I come on here in onesies. I'll walk the streets in these puppies. Yes, in real life. So it takes a certain special group of people to be fully comfortable in themselves. And just thinking of this right now, it's a place in the space for everyone. Just like here on YouTube, it's obviously a place in the space for me. I have you guys who come in and watch the show, hit the thumbs up and put in your 2 cents. For example, I am CJR and Aaron Hoffman and elaytv, who's always here. For some reason, elaytv's always here when I'm here. Kind of creepy, but hey, well, that's for another day. The regular show cast recorded their lines together in the group as opposed to individual recording sessions for each actor. A technique that later used for Pig Go Banana Cricket. This helped make the show's dialogue sound natural. I agree. I lost my place. Just one shiny moment. The series regularly used guest voice actors from reoccurring characters such as, disclaimer, I may not pronounce your guys' names correctly, but I will say each name because you play a special role / and factor in making regular show possible. So once again, the series regularly used guest voice actors for reoccurring characters such as Stephen Blum, not to be confused with Blumhouse, Courtney Taylor, David Ogden Steers. Oh, that's an interesting name. Regular show. Can you please make a show specifically called David Ogden Steers? Just the title alone would make me want to watch. It could be so good. Is that a Georgian accent like me or Muscle Man? I'm just teasing. Woo! I guess so. You want to know a quick little story? I was originally born and raised in Michigan. Born and raised in Michigan all my whole little life. Well, even when I was up there working at Walmart, I would get asked, am I from here? To currently which I am residing. I am in Georgia right now. And I'm like, no, I was born and raised here in Michigan. And they're like, you have an accent. I'm like, I don't know how. Because my mom and dad, boy, they sound like Muscle Man when they talk. No shade, no tea, but it's the unfortunate truth, man. It's funny how each child turns out differently from their parents. Thank you. Yeah, so I was originally born and raised in Saginaw, Michigan. The area code up there is 989, zip code 48601. My family and I have been in Georgia for quite some time, and I really feel at home here. I feel more welcomed here. It's difficult, of course, but you know why it's difficult? Because number one, the traffic, because there's more people. And when there's more people, there's more situations that arise. I.e., just click on the news and you'll see what I mean. But if you think about that factor, the bigger the city, the more problems there will be. That's just common. Because when people become wealthy, they always say more money, more problems. So it's the same difference. The bigger city, the more problems. But that's it. I love Georgia. But this helps makes the show dialogue sound natural. Thank you so much for that. We are on David Ogden Steers. I like that name and it should be made a show. Robin Atkin Downs, Jeff Bennett, Jennifer Hale, David K, Fred, Tatascore. Now that's an interesting name. Matthew Yankin and Jillian Holloway. A great group of names. You guys have some interesting names, and a couple of them could be incorporated into a cartoon. Can you believe this? Once again, I am reading from the wikipedia.com/wikipedia.com. I'm reading from wikipedia.com, guys. And it's a regular show, all right? I am down at the part where I've just read, it's called Production. As soon as I finished reading it, I thought I had some more. I finished right at the 25-minute marker. Now for these regular shows and my second videos, I want to keep it short, sweet, and simple. Number one, it's fun. Number two, I have other things to do around the house, take care of home, cook meals, have some off-screen time for myself, spend time with the family, and just divide my time up so I don't get burned out. These second videos, when I come back on, are about a half hour, and I really have a good time. At this moment, I feel like I am currently in the library and I'm just chatting with you guys. Each video I come on, far as a stream or a live stream, there's always a different vibe every time it happens. This current vibe I'm really enjoying also. It's so peaceful. It's like we're just having a group chat and I'm kicking it with the gang. The cool kids is what I call you guys. Kicking it with the cool kids. Growing up, who didn't want to be a cool kid, low key? In my mind, as I grew older, I became a cool kid. But nonetheless, here we are, year 2025. I've graduated from high school and I feel like a cool kid on a bigger scale, like globally. That's how I see myself now. I feel like one of the cool kids globally. And since you are here, you are too. Because it takes somebody special to come sit around and watch a chick talk about cartoons in a onesie. Means you're comfortable when you're with yourself. I know I'm comfortable with myself. Excuse me as I look around. I was trying to find my mouse so I can click off this page, but that's not gonna happen. I'm looking all over the place. Excuse me while I get a sip of water. While I get a sip of water, you like my tumbler? Isn't it pretty? I have yet to see a tumbler like this in the stores. You wanna know where I got this tumbler from? Should I say, you wanna know where I got this tumbler / found it from? While I sip some water, yes, it's water. I'll give you a minute to guess where I found this thing of beauty. Right now, I wish this was ginger ale in here. I wish it was Verner's. Canada Dry is good too, but it lives up to its name. It's really dry, ginger ale. No, I found this at Goodwill. I found this at the Goodwill in Marietta. Isn't it pretty? And of course I didn't pay over $5 for it because it came from Goodwill. I found this at a Goodwill in Marietta, Georgia. Excuse me, and it never fails. I usually burp once on these lives. So let me chat with y'all really quickly. Oh no, yeah, so I found this tumbler. I found this really cool tumbler at the local Goodwill. I like going to Goodwill. I haven't been there in a while, but there was a guy on YouTube who's complaining that since this recession, the prices have gone up unbelievably high. So I'm scratching my head hoping that that's not true for our area. So I put that in there for y'all to see, for the world to see. And also, I'm going to talk in here by typing just because I want to, and it's fun. There. Do you guys shop at do you guys like to shop at Goodwill? I'm typing that in here. Do you guys like to shop at Goodwill? My next question is this, I'll ask without typing. Oops, I put too many I's in there. WILL. Do you like Goodwill or Salvation Army the most? I can't say this. Salvation Army, they have the best winter coats compared to Goodwill, my opinion. I can't say that. And I'm going to put this emoji in there. Let me make sure I didn't miss out on any comments. Really? Yeah, and those sweaters are comfortable, aren't they? You dress correctly, you don't even have to walk outdoors with the coat. And you know how liberating that feels not to have to be bogged down with a heavy coat. You just walk out the house. It makes the day-to-day a lot easier when it's like that. To me personally, it seems like I move around more effectively, quicker, knowing that I'm not tied down with a winter coat. I can tell you this, the vest. A good vest with pockets, guys, It's a great substitution for a purse, or for you guys to have a fanny pack or a side satchel, or carry around a backpack, or a carry-on bag, because guys carry around stuff too, So I think a good vest with plenty of pockets is also a good substitution if you don't want to be tied down with a bag. See, thermals are the only way to go if you want mobility. Aren't thermals comfortable? It's like a walk-in sleeping bag. See, kind of like my onesie. It's like a walk-in snuggie. It technically is a walk-in snuggie. So that's how I feel. The way you feel about thermals is pretty much how I feel about walking in these onesies. It's like a luxurious type of feeling. It feels like you still can get where you want to go comfortably, still be presentable, and when you come home, it's like it's less maintenance. You don't really necessarily have to hang up anything in the coat room. You can just kick your shoes off, and that's practically it, and wash your hands, and it's like you never left the house at all. Now that's the type of comfort I'm talking about. And for some reason right now, keeping in that set of mind, coming home, have your thermals on, wash your hands, get back on the couch, keep the TV on, I would want a big bowl of mashed potatoes with gravy, some cut up carrots, and a Salisbury steak. Now, if that's not wintering, I don't know what is in that moment. Ooh, I have to applaud just for painting that dreamy picture. And in this moment, if I can leap into time, I would go to winter just to get that moment in that meal. But in due time, winter will come. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Salisbury steak, homemade mashed potatoes, gravy, some cut up carrots. Now, what type of carrots, you might ask? I would want the full adult carrots, if that makes sense. I don't want the baby carrots. I want the regular carrots, chopped up into nice chunky rounds. I think for my memory, the first time I had some good food like that, meaning like getting introduced to putting carrots with mashed potatoes and a meat, was school lunch. Now, my mom made mashed potatoes and gravy, and we would have like our vegetable on the side. But to kind of put it together as one, yeah, grocery list saved. Don't that sound almost pretty? Some foods just sound pretty, and that is one of them. Food brings people together or apart if you just don't cook it right. Oh man, now that was funny. I made my own self laugh. I'm putting this cute little emoji on here. Grocery list saved at CJ. Let me put this in here. Let me see if I can add you. Let me see. Yep, there you are. Grocery list confirmed. GROCERY list confirmed. Totally. Grocery list is confirmed. I have another thing to say before I wrap up, because I want to close smooth the conversation we're having, which is some good food for the wintertime, and grocery list confirmed. Dinty Moore canned stew. That's a strong go-to, y'all, if you don't have the time, or you just simply don't want to take the time to make the food homemade. Get you a nice big can of Dinty Moore stew. Get you your favorite potato, whip it on up. Get you a dinner roll. Now, would you want a dinner roll, a slice of bread, or a biscuit served with that? or some crackers. I would want a dinner roll served with that. In this moment, I'm going to type it to in this moment. In this moment, I would want a dinner roll served SRB with this meal. Dog, I'm trying to spell served. It's S-E-R. I spell severed. Oh no. S-E. That poor child can't spell. S-E-A-R. Dang it. S-E-A-R-V. Let spell check rescue me. I tried. S-E-R-V-E-D. I would want a dinner roll served with this meal. Meal in. Hang on, I saw you're coming. I'm struggling trying to spell words right. P-A-R-T-I-C-U-L-A-R. Incorrect. Oh, come on. Dear computer, you know we are live. Yes, Elay, I know. Okay, so your comment said, look, is that supposed to be lasagna? Like on Teen Titans Go, they were like lasagna. I wonder if I have a lasagna emoji. No. Let me look for a potato. P-O-T. There's potato and stew. Ooh wee. So what I want to put in the emoji in reference to what we're talking about, it's potato and stew. And wrap it up right there. I had a great time. Lag. Well, my name is Elay, pronounced like my connection. Yes, weird because on my cell phone it's coming in clear. My mini computer is showing that it's lag, and I don't get it because I'm not streaming from here. I'm actually streaming from my Android. So perhaps I might have, you know what, I might have too many tabs open. But yeah, thank you for coming in reference to that. Yeah, the lag is real. I'll have to see how many other tabs I have open in addition. But this time around, I actually went over about 10 minutes because usually my second videos I do are about half hour. But I really had a good time hanging in here talking about something in addition to regular show, and that's some good food. And now I had to make a list. I have a digital list on here, but I need to physically write it on paper. So I can plan to make this for tomorrow's meal. Tonight, we're gonna have leftovers with squash. Now, I keep calling this squash, guys. It is called, I see the picture in my head. We are having Polish sausage with cabbage. Yes, cabbage and Polish sausage. We're gonna have that. Finish up the leftovers. Don't wanna make food. You don't wanna waste any food, especially right now. Finish up those leftovers and then I'll plan for tomorrow's meal. Taking it easy all the way, taking it easy to the max. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you, and I really enjoyed just chatting and kicking it with someone else who's just as cool as myself. My name is Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I had a wonderful time kicking it with you guys. Until next time, the best currency you have on this planet, at least here on Earth, is to always be yourself. I love you all. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Testing T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Testing 10. 9. Elay, are you there? Ollie, oxen free. Elay, are you there? Testing in T minus 10. 9. Present. Present. T minus 10. Elay, are you there? Ollie, oxen free. I'm here. Testing, T minus 10. What's up? It's me, Elay. Pronounced like Elay, like this city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Man, let's get started. What's she gonna talk about? No, let's not get it mixed up. This ain't morning mood, but it's the morning mood, girl. Multifaceted, multidimensional. She's so excellent. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, turkey sandwich. What's up? It's me, Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Thank you guys so much for coming in on this glorious day of Thursday, May 8th, 2025. Thursday, May 8th, 2025. You guys, I want to talk about my homies, Mordecai, Rigby, and the gang for Regular Show. Meow. Shouts out to Regular Show. Regular Show was so awesome. Regular Show sound drop. Cartoon Network. For all of you who may not know, Regular Show is a sick cartoon in the most gnarliest way. Sick and gnarly meaning so cool, so rad, so dope. How can you not like it? But for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll give you a little rundown on it. It's really cool. Regular Show comes on Cartoon Network, and it's been out for quite some time, but it's due for a reboot. Okay, so like I said, they are due for a reboot, and the reboot is happening. But for those of you who do not know, Regular Show's first episode date was September 6, 2010. Welcome to the ones who are born to the world, who are just now knowing what Regular Show is. Born to the world, joy to the world, born to the world. According to Wikipedia, Regular Show is an American animated sitcom created by J.G. Quintel for Cartoon Network. It ran from September 6th, 2010 to January 16th, 2017, over the course of 8 seasons and 244 episodes. Once again, Regular Show was an American animated sitcom created by J.G. Quintel for Cartoon Network. It ran from September 6th, that's S-I-X, 2010, to January 16th, 2017, over the course of 8 EIGHT seasons and 244 episodes. That is marvelous, y'all. Wonderful, y'all, and amazing. But when they finished their episode, there was a hole left in me, an empty void of like, what's going to come next? What are we going to watch? I mean, I can rewatch this a few thousand times, but then I'm going to want to know, like, what's going to happen? Where are they going to go? What are they going to do? We need more information. So, ladies and gentlemen, my son and I were chatting about this glorious day. I could not believe that this time has come, because for me it seemed like we've been talking about if there's going to be another Regular Show for the past 3 years. We wondered if it was going to be a Regular Show, then the verbiage started to transpire into reboot. You know, like a reboot. Oh, I don't want a reboot, because if they do it over, I don't know how well it's going to go over. Fortunately, when Teen Titans, the one I grew up on, the Teen Titans one came around, and then it graduated to now Teen Titans Go, it was different for me to get used to, because I was feeling the Teen Titans that I grew up with, okay? But Teen Titans evolutionized themselves really well. But I wasn't sure if they will be able to do this with the Regular Show, because it's so different and unique. It's a brand new set of characters that have not been unleashed into this world yet. Teen Titans would be easy because we've seen them rebranded all the time, no different from Scooby-Doo. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, reboot. Is it coming back or not? Yes, Regular Show is coming back. A new series is in development at Cartoon Network, and original creator J.G. Quintel is involved, according to IMDb. Revival confirmed. Cartoon Network announced the new regular show series is in development. Original character involved, J.G. Quinto, is returning to work on the new series. Production underway. Voice actress Janie Haddock Thomas as Margaret has recorded lines for the new series in November, indicating production is underway. Potential title. A leaked title for the revival has been reported. Revival! Dun, 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 dun. Yes, there is a God! Regular show is coming back on the scene. I do. I really do believe in miracles. I believe in you and me. Shouts out Whitney. But it hasn't been officially confirmed. So once again, a leaked title for the revival has been reported, but it hasn't been officially confirmed. Prequel possibility. Some fans are speculating that the new series may be a prequel, according to a Reddit thread. And lastly, why the revival? Because why not? We need help out here. Cartoons lacking on the creativity and relying too much on fart jokes and gross jokes, and that stuff ain't hitting, and it's nasty and it's dirty and it's gross. Need I say more? Why the revival? The show's popularity on streaming platforms likely contributed to the decision to develop a new series. No, it was us pushing it. If you don't come up with another regular show, I'll be worse than our cartoon president. Dun, dun. If you don't come up with another regular show, say bye-bye to your gagas. Dun, dun. If you don't come up with another regular show, prepare for world domination. So, I mean, do we really need to go there? Let the audience stand as I adjourn the court. Oh, guess I got lost in the little whirlwind of that. What else do I have in here to share with you in reference to regular show? Outside of the fact that, yeah, they are coming out with something spectacular and it is happening. I'll give you a brief, quick rundown of the main characters that we all know and love. And then I'll wrap this thing up because I can guarantee you I'm going to come back with another video with these great guys. We've got Mordecai, Rigby, Muscle Man, Benson, Skips, Pops, Margaret, Starlaw, High Fives Ghost, CJ, Mr. Millard, Thomas, Button Willow, Roxy, Dr. Henry, Zingo 3, and the list goes on. We've got Eileen. And I didn't even list them all, but you guys, the gang is coming all back, and I'm happy that they are. With more details, I'll let you know, but it is true. Yes, and it is true. And lastly, I'll leave you with this golden chicken nugget by way of ScreenRant.com. Once again, by way of ScreenRant.com. At the Annecy Film Festival in 2024, Variety listed all the new shows with which Warner Brothers Discovery will be releasing and confirmed that the studio will be bringing back a bunch of Cartoon Network shows, including a new regular show series. This article was written / typed on February 9th, 2025. Yes! My glorious people! We shall rise and take the cartoon world back by force! My name is Elay, pronounced like Elay like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. I'll see you next video. Testing, T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Testing, 10, 9. Elay, are you there? Ollie, oxen free. Elay, are you there? Testing in T minus 10, 9. Present. T minus 10. Elay, are you there? Ollie, oxen free. I'm here. Testing, T minus 10. What's up? It's me, Elay, pronounced like Elay like this city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Man, let's get started. What's she gonna talk about? Let's not get it mixed up. This ain't morning mood, but it's the morning mood, girl. Multifaceted, multidimensional. She's